Foundation and the Enterprise Development Center of an Atlantic University. BioBlend.
Okay, thank you for joining me on this panel today. I will go straight to questions. The first question goes to you, to us. The question is, some of the world's most impactful innovations from the light bulb to the smartphone began with a simple idea and the moment of clarity. Every change maker has that aha moment when they realize that they can do something powerful with what they do. So let's start there. What was that first moment you realized that technology could be a tool for you?
Thank you. Thank you for the question. I think one moment that sticks out is, I think when I was about 8 years old. So that was the first time I ever saw a robot. My dad took us to a training at CC Hope. And before then, I've only seen robots in movies. It was in the realm of science fiction, basically. But after that moment, when I got back, I started doing some research and seeing numerous applications and how, especially, we could use these robots, I think the Da Vinci surgical system, to enable a surgeon to carry out a operation remotely. So we can carry out like very complex, which is very impactful and can lead to better patient outcomes. And also seeing the impact of robotics in space exploration and seeing how we are able to discover unknown worlds using robotics, I think that was when it really clicked for me, I think.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us. My next question is to you, Joshua, and the question is, today more than half of the world's population is under the age of 30. That's in loads of creativity, energy, and innovation, just waiting to be harnessed and unleashed. And with smartphones, tools, videos, AI, and even storytelling, the tools are right at your fingertips. So now my question is, how are you using technology or creativity right now to connect with your peers or spark something new among them?
Influence my peers, especially in the place of technology. One of the ways I'm able to do that is through speaking engagements. One thing that I do that I reach out to schools, I reach out to churches, organizations that I want to share my knowledge, share my story, how technology has impacted my life, and that's been one of the major ways I'm able to influence my peers concerning motivation so they can something great. Another way I've also been through even my working on projects. Some of these projects are uploaded to my GitHub so that other young people can view them and also get inspired. Some can even make it of the projects to speed up their own. I feel like I'm doing some building the next generation of technology entrepreneurs. And the last thing would be through my initiative. I actually started an initiative. It's called Young Technical Initiative, where I actually reach out to schools and churches and also local organizations to ask whether I can hold a program concerning technology skills. The first one I did was this year, and I was able to talk to students in my local community. I taught web development, and also my brother also was part of the initiative, also taught animation and graphic design. And I could see the improvement they're able to make. I could see that they learned a lot and the passion that young people had. So that's basically what I'll say. It's my own way of giving back, to my generation, and so I to make them great. So that's all.
Thank you so much, Joshua. As you can see, we already have youngsters like Joshua building big initiatives to change the world. My third question is still with you, Joshua. The question is, if young people build the next generation of tech companies, what problems would they solve first? Many startups are given one clear idea, a product that meets a real need. So imagine this, if you are the president of a tech startup for youth, what would be your first product or project and why would you want it?
So actually, I have a passion for education because I see that it's very important. Even one of the most prominent political figures, Nelson Mandela, said a lot about education and we strongly advocated for it, and that's one of the things I took with it. So I want to build something that utilizes AI in the educational space, to try to make it more interactive, to make it more, to make the experience more intuitive. I would say there are platforms right now that do their job, their best, but I want to revolutionize, what they call the new, educational startups. My particular idea was to create like a personalized AI tutor, something that knows your personal needs and you can communicate with it and can teach you based on those personal needs and add other features to it. Or something that bridges the gap between AI and education, just to optimize it to make it more interactive. As we are creating a practical, software, that can, we can simulate real life particles almost to the detail. So that's one of the other projects that I've thought of. But AI and education, that'll be the first thing that I will do.
Okay, thank you so much, Joshua. The fourth question goes to you, Darcy. And the question is, social media has been both praised and criticized. It can distract, but it can also mobilize revolutions, raise funds for a cause, or even start powerful campaigns for a single hashtag. Now, how do you think you can use social media more wisely, not just for fun, but to drive real and positive changes?
Okay, first of all, when someone wants to use a social media app, you first have to identify what user you are. Are you the positive change user, or the I'm just here for fun user, or the I need to find out what this does to my society, like the research user. And when you identify that, you pick or you go after what you identify as. And driving and using social media for positive change is really simple. You see it's an issue in the community and you decide, I don't really like how this is, and basically you push for that and you ask other people to join you into striving for what you want, and basically that's how you use social media for positive change. And I feel like many other teens or young children or young people out there can use social media for positive change instead of waiting for the adults to do it for them, and they just need that one person to do it. And that's why there are a lot of young people coming out there and trying to push social media in the positive light.
Thank you so much, Darcy, for that wonderful response. The fifth question goes to Rasha. And the question is, we often talk about greater Nigeria, but what does that truly look like to the eyes of the young people growing up in this country? And what, more importantly, do you think you see technology playing a big role in building it? So what does your version of a greater Nigeria look like, and how does tech help make it possible?
Thank you for that question. I feel like it's a very important question because too often we are fixated with the problems, but we forget that in order to make progress, you need to be able to have a goal in mind, a destination. So for me, basically, in a nutshell, the greater Nigeria it's one where the systems that exist work for the people. So whether it's healthcare, education, the systems allow the citizens to achieve their maximum potential. So going into education, for example, we find out that most developed economies, the backbone of their progress is the people and their educated workforce. And in Nigeria, we have a very poorly funded educational infrastructure, which might be detrimental to growth. So I think, first off, we could have, with AI, like Joshua said, we could have personalized tutors for students. A tutor that never gets tired of you, that's always patient with you, able to explain whatever you need. And beyond just education, even in healthcare, we find out that a healthier population is a more productive population. So if you are able to make healthcare more accessible and easier, demystify it for the populace, I think you would have higher economic growth, greater GDP growth, and yeah, so I think with telemedicine, we might be able to do that and make it more accessible.
Thank you so much, Toloshe. I feel like Solo Ashe should run for president. What do you think? I think so. Okay, our sixth question goes to you, Darasimi. And the question is, you're living in a fast-paced, pressure-filled world, school, family, big dreams, and sometimes the fear of failing. But somewhere here you are doing amazing things. So how do you manage to balance being a student, a dreamer, and a doer, and still find time to dream big?
Okay, so first of all, I'd say a big thank you to my school because they're a great part of my balance. They help really make that balance. And instead of forcing me to focus on my school and not supporting my career path, they're very kind and patient with me. And I also like to say thank you to my mom because she's here pushing me through it all and holding my hands in the rough times and even in the good times. So the balance and okay, how do I find time being a dreamer? I think everyone dreams. Like right now, I could be listening to you guys, but I'm thinking of something else, and I'm dreaming of doing something in the next 5 years or 2 years. And there's really that balance comes natural to me. I dream at any time. I do my work very well if I just say so myself. And being a student, my school does that very well, and I'm grateful to my mom also. And yeah, literally, the balance comes naturally, and those are the factors that bring that bridge, that hold that bridge very well. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Darcy. I think balance can come to, discipline and having a schedule at all times. Making time for the things that really count and putting the more important things first. So thank you for sharing that with us, Darcy. Our next question will back to Darcy. So sometimes the smallest digital actions, a blog post, a coding project, a message, or even a video can have unexpected impact, whether it's teaching someone something new or even inspiring them to act. These moments remind us why we create. So do you mind sharing a story with us of a time where, something you did online or with technology made someone's life better?
Well, okay, so a few minutes come to mind, but I think the most noteworthy is this. So in my second year at the university, we were supposed to learn this particular software for electrical simulation, Simulink. So if you pass through the Nigerian university system, you find out that the lecturers aren't really much help when it comes to actually breaking down these concepts. So basically what I did, even though it started originally with my close circle of friends, I started a tutorial for them, but eventually I uploaded a couple of tutorial videos on YouTube. And when I did, I found that in a couple of days, I think we had about 600 views because in our department we're about like 250. So we had like 600 views and people were like, oh, this tutorial really helped me understand it. And later on when we read the exams, we saw the results. I found that most of the class had an A in that course. So I was really, really proud of that. Just my little, that 1 hour I sacrificed editing, recording, and uploading really made a real change in the lives of my colleagues. Yeah, thank you.
PG, my classmates, I can be getting A's and
Probably. Yeah.
no problem. Thank you. Our next question goes to you, Joshua. And the question is, behind every achievement, there are struggles that people don't always see. Many a times, young Nigerians today face challenges like limited mentorship, insecurities, or even being underestimated. So what would you say is the biggest challenge that you face as a young person to do great things in Nigeria, and how do you overcome it?
Yeah, so it's no news that for us not to do something great, there will always be struggles that come with it. But I'll say that the most prominent of those struggles for me has been underestimation, especially due to my young age. Doing something as a young techie, as they put it, some might feel what might actually underestimate your capability, some might estimate your capability to actually present, to talk. Some might underestimate your capability to even develop software. And like, what do you think a 12-year-old, a 14-year-old can do? But I did not let the underestimation weigh me down. It's normal for it to be underestimated at a young age. And what I did personally is that I always try to push myself. Any chance I get, I always surpass expectations. So no matter how much they want to underestimate me, I show myself forward and change their perspective that actually it's a young person that is doing this and that. Especially, because I advocate for future skills, I'm a future skills advocate, I call it that. Like, I advocate for teaching of tech skills to young people very early. And one thing that I say is that do not, as a young kid, let what adults say, no offense, define your capability or what you're possible of doing. So yeah, I would say that has been the major thing that I've been able to accomplish by proving myself confidently. Also working on my skills, because when you show that you have talent and you can do things with technology and can do things in your field, people now begin to think of you more and can get over that barrier of underestimation. And lastly, I want to end with this. Tolu Ashe for President 2020. 2035.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. Tolu Ashe for President. Okay, our last but not the least question, it goes to you, Darasini. Right now, hundreds of children are watching this event across the country. Many of them might feel unsure, invisible, or not good enough. But hearing from someone like you could change everything. So if every Nigerian child was watching you right now, what would you say to spark that confidence and courage in them to believe themselves?
Sorry. I'm not good with advices at all. But I always like to say that if you are pushing for a career path, the only people or person that should weigh you down is either your guardian or your parents. And if you can't convince them enough to let you do this, pray. Then if you've prayed and you still can't convince them to let you do what you want to do, then it means it's not your time yet. You should hold on, because there's a time for everything. I feel like if my mom had not listened to me when I was 8, I wouldn't have achieved all that I've achieved so far. So it means the reason why God softened her heart to listen to me was because it was my time. So just pray, beg, and be patient. That's all.
Awesome.
Repeat those three things again.
Pray, beg, and be patient.
Emphasis on what? Beg. Anyways, thank you guys so much for joining me on this panel. Gifts to be sent to you. Proud to appreciate you for joining us today on this panel. And yeah, I guess that's it. And let's just kind of take a big picture. I think let's take a big. We'll ask Mr. Degoy to please. Mr. Degoy speak to us on stage. I'm quite tall, so you have to capture.
Another was at a cosmic collection. Another was at a collection. This one I removed the gas.
Alright, thank you so much, Mr. Degoy. Thank you so much to our panelists. Okay, please go back to your seats.
Thank you very much for all of our
Okay, good afternoon. It's great to be here. So we're going to be going into the adult panel session, and I'm just so excited to be moderating this panel because it's an opportunity to hear from our parents, our adults who have contributed immensely, like the parents, the teachers, the CDC judge, who have contributed immensely in ensuring that this event is successful and the competition is successful. So very quickly, I'm going to invite Mr. Bayo Agola, who is the father of Joshua and Caleb, CDC honorable winner this year. So, Mr. Agola, can you confirm that you are with us? Great. We also have Mr. Luke Allen, who is the Vice Principal of Unique International Technipreneurship Secondary School. Mr. Luke, are you present with us? Mr. Luke, are you there? Fantastic. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us. And lastly, we have Ms. Shalakwe Ekegeri. She is CDC judge in 2023. She's been very supportive. She's also a researcher and consultant. Ms. Shalakwe, are you there? Thank you very much. So this panel session is titled Adult Active the Next Generation. The first thing is that what has your experience been like just walking your street? And of course, your message to Nigeria as a whole, to adults, people, individuals who play a critical role in the development of every child. So, Mr. Agola, I will start with you with this first question. And our question goes, when children engage in purposeful platforms like CDC, something changes. We have observed that they become more confident, they have sharper thinking, they engage deeper in conversations, and they are able to express themselves very clearly. In what tangible ways have you seen your child grow since participating in Children's Day as a competition? I know that Joshua is an alumni of the CDC since 2020, so can you walk us through what tangible changes you have observed in your child?
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I'm really excited for the success of the CDEC tool for this essay competition. Like I said, my kids have been involved for years now. Always as encourage our children to speak very quick and to speak to communicate very well in written form. So very much surrounded by good tools. Point not to difficult that to become what they will do and they expect to see so specifically for my older son, Joshua, I've been able to take this skill that will enhance my skill to the next level. I also discuss coding and which is out there on the tablet of the seal. So CDEC and system specs have been an important part of the writing trend. Guests are still there. And then while we are waiting for Esther to come on stream, I think the key lessons from what I've shared is for parents to encourage their children in line of literacy, right, and support them with books. Now, technology has made things easier. You can actually or the PC or the tab, subscribe to the digital library and it then help me become a distraction and actually enhance some of those basic skills life skills that they need for life. So I would encourage parents that surrounding their children with books, them to build their writing skills. So that's what I've done with my own kids. So just
Okay, fantastic. Can you hear me now? Mr. Liu, can you hear me?
It feels like you want to face mom.
Yeah.
Okay, we're back. Now, one of the most common of the traditional education is that it lacks real-world connection. People say that education, a lot of things are typically there's no real connection between what happens in the classroom and how that translates to society. How do you think that initiatives like this, like the CDEC, help close the gap between academic learning and real-world relevance for your children? Did you get the question?
Thank you very much for this opportunity. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Thank you very much for this opportunity. The system effect basic condition and not the children to first get an opportunity to appreciate technology, get an opportunity to appreciate technology, and then use that technology first. They know something for material that is becoming a reality, and I'm excited for all the Nigerians because we don't even know what this started. We are on track for something very, very important. And my people using the right essays, they are also learned how to technology to create solutions, both offline and online solutions to problems, to real life problems. They are also knowing what hardware is about, keyboard and tech. They have known what they have known what software is about, what hardware is about, and then finally, I say that this competition is what is eye opener, what technology can do in Nigeria and I'm very excited and I'm here. Thank you very much, System Tech, and thank you for the students being here. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Liu. In fact, just looking through the school age, it shows, how deeply involved and engaged you are in using technology. Because the name of this school is Unique Technology. So that just speaks to how much work you're doing in the tech industry. So well done. But the next question I'm going to ask you is related to tech fluency and civic responsibility and also creativity. From your perspective, what role should schools play in actively fostering creativity, tech skills, and national consciousness in children? I think that's the focus of the CDC. So what is your perspective and what role do you think that schools should play in that regard?
All right, thank you once again, Esther. As a teacher with many years of experience and myself, I'm a software developer, I understand the value of technology. I believe that The first place schools need to do that is the over-dependence on strategic methods of teaching, which is the theoretical-based teaching, where teachers have to come and talk for hours and hope that students get at least 50% of the course content. Schools should infuse or integrate technology into their methods, and not just integrate technology into their methods. There should be multimedia devices in the class so that everywhere the child comes, all they see is technology. There should also be, apart from having drama club, literary society, press club, and all that, I think schools should start robotics club. They should start coding club. They will even start graphic design club. In the National Entrepreneurship where I belong, we have the Technopreneurship program, which students come just for it. And there are such basic technology skills. I happen to have the privilege of being in charge of coordinating that whole stuff. And when the students come, we don't open textbooks to teach, we don't use notebooks to write these textbooks. We come with the laptop, we open the laptop, and we get to coding, we get to designing, we get to creating platforms, and the children are all the better for it. I don't think I've ever had a conventional class that is as exciting as when I come to this technopreneurship class. We have to teach them web development, back end, front end, and we also go into data analysis. We go into all the point of content, social media content creation. So our students are already equipped. At the name of our course is like technopreneurship. We are teaching the students how to use technology to make a living. So I think schools around the world, and not just around the world, in Nigeria, I think schools in Nigeria need to make these students see this technology, not just describe it in books, in textbooks, in notebooks. They have to bring it to the class. The teacher has, the instructional material has to be multimedia based. And then the assignment, the practical work needs to be hands-on. I believe that when you show somebody how to do something, it is better than when you tell them how to do something. Thank you very much for that. I'm very, very much happy to be here.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ayer. You've spoken very well. Indeed, schools have a critical role to play, and they should. I mean, what you're doing with entrepreneurship, using technology to make a living in school, I think that's very important, and they should begin now. We'll go over to one of our CDC judges. Ms. Shalate, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
Great. So this question goes to you, ma'am. With the rise of numerous educational contests and activities, it's easy for some to blend into the background, but CDC has continued to stand out. From your perspective as a judge, what do you think makes the CDC a truly unique initiative, a truly unique competition amongst other learning platforms or competitions, especially in Nigeria? What would you say is unique about the CDC from your perspective as a CDC judge?
Okay, thank you very much, Doctor. SSCDEC is an organization that puts its money where its mouth is. It's an organization known for excellence, and over the years, the competition has proven to nurture minds, bring out the best in the Nigerian youth, cause them to think outside the box, cause them to research, which is something that we really need a lot of in Nigeria at the moment, and of course in Africa. It's been an organization that has brought forth a competition that makes children test to know more, because they have to go through a lot of research, they have to do a lot of reading, they have to think about solutions that they can bring to bear, and of course to write out their essays. So it it's a competition that has only gotten better over the years. The grading has gotten better. Like we have the physical grading system where students are interviewing one-on-one. So it's a noble competition and brought forth by a noble organization that believes in excellence. So that is why the competition has stood out over the years and continue to stand out because it's based on excellence. You know, there's always innovation, you know, brought into the competition. There's always, you know, different ways in which the competition can only get better, and of course it contributes to knowledge. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Michelle. Okay, we have to round up now, but just very quickly, can you share from your own personal perspective a moment in your experience on the CDC that felt deeply impactful for you, or something that really surprised you?
The passion that the students have to research, the passion they shown over the years, it's moving to see. The passion also shown by their parents for seeing that their words, their children, and of course their children, you know, put together an essay, you know, that is fantastic and in many instances mind-blowing. So it's really, the last essay competition that was done this year, you could see that parents and guardians were, you know, they were all out to make sure that, you know, the students, the better students would participate, you know, actively in the competition to see that they were comfortable enough. And then even when the dimension of the essay, you could see that many parents had to leave their children so that they would, you know, carry out research on the book to answer the questions. You know the many search engines were used in making sure that, you know, the essays put together were, you know, as strong and as good enough as possible. So that was what that has always been very moving for me. The passion of the students and the passion of their parents and their sponsors and of course their
All right, thank you very much, Ms. Shalape. It's been a great conversation with these adults who have contributed a significant role in this year's edition of the System Spec Children's Day Essay Competition. Thank you very much, Ms. Shalape. Thank you very much, Mr. Abola. And thank you very much, Mr. Ayo, taking the time out to be with us today. That will be the end of this panel session. Over to you, MC Temilolu and David.
Okay, so thank you all for your audience reflections. It is very clear that collaboration across generations is a very key and vital role to a greater. Thank you once again to all our panelists. As always, great gifts to be sent to you guys to appreciate you for coming to join us today. Now she was back again. Please welcome on stage Timila Abode.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have come to movement where we announce a after a successful special announcement ceremony that is being made. Now, this is the official announcement of prophetic national winners in the 2025 SSCDEC to SSCDEC. Remember, we have winners both in Chile and SSCDEC. This time of life to announce winners from the place of the yes, I announce your name, winners. Please ensure that you put that on the camera for the table. Yes, for our winners in the junior category, these are students in ages of 9. So please set on your minds to have 1,000 of entries across the nation. Yes, we will announce our winners. Right now. Remember, I mentioned your name, just on your camera, after you speak to us. Thank you. And yes, it is that time, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. In 10th place, we have Kimberly Edenon. Moving Kids School from Lagos State. In 10th position, Kimberly Lennon, Moving Kids School from Lagos. Kimberly, turn your video at 20 seconds to take. In 9th position, we have Chizuru No Ezemusu from Ilray Secondary School, Centenary City, in Enugu State. 9th position, Chizuru No Ezemusu, Ilray Secondary School, Centenary City, Enugu State. No, if you can get me, please turn the camera at 20 seconds to take. Right, in 8th position, we have Safia Addition at Big Guidance Schools. In 7th position, we have Blessed Leon, Unique International Technical Secondary School, Latvia, Nassau State. In 6th position, we have the Ross from the Paralyzed College, Ecuador, Lagos. 6th position, the Ross Paralyzed College, Ecuador, Lagos.
This is yes.
In 5th place, we have Emmanuel Olate Shell Private School, Lagos State. Emmanuel Olate Shell Private School, Lagos State. 5th. And in 4th position, we have Aisha Marugani, Bayero University Staff Non-Secretary. Congratulations, all our winners. 10th position down to 4th position. Well done, champions. Each of you will receive the SSCDEC gift box containing Samsung paper, school bag, notepad, hoodie, and lots. Not fret, all you did is you skirt to your preferred location. Ladies and gentlemen, our 10th position, 4th position winners in the junior category. Alright, so we're moving straight to the senior category. These are our senior category trailblazers, aged 13 to 16. They are celebrating their incredible achievements. In 10th position in the senior category, we have Mustafa Mohammed from Unique International Secondary School, Lafayette, Nasarawa State. In 9th position, we have Divine Grace Hatton, Buffalo, from Deeper Life High School, New Aquarium State. In 9th position. In 8th position, we have Miriam Atoke Elani from Golden Fleet International College, Ajah, Lagos. In 7th position, we have Yiva Kelechi ABCK from Kingdom Grade Schools, Gombe, in Gombe State.
Good day, everyone. I'm grateful for the opportunity. I'm grateful to System Specs for helping me to reach this point and relay my ideas on technology. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. In 6th position, we have Muna Chinso Lee, all the way from Lulachi College, Exeter.
Good afternoon, everyone. First and foremost, I thank God for His grace and guidance. I'm deeply honored to be named a national finalist in the System Specs competition. My sincere gratitude goes to my family and friends for helping me throughout the journey. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Congratulations. In 5th position, we have Joshua Otuwat Bemileki Akmola, all the way from Wealthy International School at Oka, Ogun State. And in 4th position, ladies and gentlemen, we have Fatima Olamide Kaka, all the way from Heritage Global Academy, Ikorodu, Lagos State.
Good day, everyone. Thank you, CDEC, for making this possible for me, for giving me the opportunity to share my thoughts. I would like to show gratitude to my parents, my teacher, and my school, Heritage Global Academy. Thank you very much.
Massive congratulations to all these outstanding young minds. Just as we had from the junior category, we have the same gifts of our 10th position, the 4th position winners in the senior category. System Specs gift pack contains Samsung Pedal, school bag, notepad, hoodie, and so much more. Again, do not fret for your kids. You expect from System Specs to your preferred locations. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, following us online for all our social media platforms. Let's have those congratulating messages and emojis in the comment section and in the chat boxes. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very, very much for all this time.
believe that development in our country.
And yes, we are back. It is time for us to present to win. Yes, stop putting us in good public cheer. At this time, let me present the
Yusuf Ridwanullahi Adeneke. Yusuf is a 12-year-old tech enthusiast at Immaculate Heart Senior Comprehensive High School. Yusuf runs 2 blogs, one for coding tutorials and another for simplified first aid. He is also a student of Conigal and Programming Hub and attends tech events like the Innovative AI Conference. He dreams of attending international STEM programs to empower his community with the knowledge gained.
all right, coming in third place is the junior category is we got like at the African House Senior Comprehensive High School. Very nice.
Ovidio Moekeme. Hadassah is a 14-year-old multi-award winning student and science enthusiast at Campus College. Hadassah is the creator of Gen Connect, a platform for youth learning and civic engagement. She has consistently held the first position in school from creche to high school, always graduated as best student, and continues to shine as a national voice for tech innovation. Hadassah Ovidio Moekeme. Hadassah is a 14-year-old multi-award winning student and science enthusiast at Campus College. Hadassah is the creator of Gen Connect, a platform for youth learning and civic engagement. She has consistently held the first position in school from creche to high school, always graduated as best student, and continues to shine as a national voice for tech innovation. Hadassah.
winner is Caleb Abdullah from Bayham. If you state.
Caleb Angola. Caleb is an 11-year-old student at Bayham Home Schools. He is also a young programmer, animator, and co-founder of Imodola Studios, creators of Quiz Brainy and Tutorials Avenue. He codes in HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and Python, and teaches animation via his YouTube channel, Calebverse, and through physical training sessions. Caleb started using computers at
Congratulations. My second position winner in the junior category. Yes, in the senior category, please welcome our second winner. Chisom Village, my lady of hospital, secondary school, Diabetes.
Ombadua Chisom Ebelechuku. Chisom is a 15-year-old student of Our Lady of Apostles Secondary School. She is passionate about law, tech, and national development. Her CDEC essay proposed a digital patriotism movement that empowers youth with future-ready skills. She believes in using technology to combat brain drain and inspire pride in Nigerian.
forgot to ask them to come this year. And they didn't give you this, they forgot. Like, they didn't give you. So, I'm one of them. I'm supposed to be. Yes, now because it's somehow now. I can now pray.
Adeomi Adesawa Penelope. Adeomi is a 12-year-old student and the head girl of Abesong Comprehensive Junior College. Known for her leadership and love for helping others, she enjoys exploring gadgets and using creativity to solve problems. She aspires to become a nurse who leverages technology to improve healthcare in Nigeria. An inspiring blend of compassion, innovation, and vision for the future. Daniel. Daniel is a 15-year-old student. OKK Chukwudumebi Daniel. Daniel is a 15-year-old student at Loyola Jesuit College. He is a student leader, passionate about science, technology, and service. He currently serves as the spiritual life prefect and Jets Club project manager, leading innovative projects like HeartWatch Plus, a wearable device for heart health monitoring, which advanced in the Global Conrad Challenge. A Yale Young African Scholars participant and Junior Informatics Olympiad medalist, Daniel aspires to become a biomedical engineer, developing smart, accessible healthcare tech solutions for real-world challenges.
last few years, my work on how pregnancy has engaged in access to healthcare, especially in certain areas. Also, interested in ensuring that I think investment in infrastructure is technology, and yes, for our first, we should be actually the senior category. Well, the price of our social media, ladies and gentlemen, our press conference are going to go with one media narrative.
Number one, nothing less. You have to